that kind of humming noise in the background, that's my heater. I still have the need for this space heater. Sometimes I don't, sometimes I do. But welcome. Hi, my name is Lena, and welcome back to my channel. This is Library of Diamonds, and in today's I cannot speak. In today's video, we are working on this. This is a WIP and CHAT where we're just gonna talk for a little bit. I don't really have much to say, I think, today, but for some reason I kind of just wanted to do a WIP and CHAT. You know, it's weird. Sometimes I don't feel like doing it because I feel that I have nothing to say, but other times, even if I feel that I have nothing to say, I still want to do it. But regardless, hello, hi. Today's Monday. It's already afternoon. It's about 1 p.m. or so. So I am working on this beautiful kit. This is Diamonds Are a Girl's Best Friend. And this is the artwork. As you can see, I started it on February 21st, and today we are on Monday, February the 24th. I have so far completed the entire first row that for me is about here, and right now I'm working in the middle section of the second row, which is like here where the little paw of the kitty is. Yeah, basically this whole part. I am just loving this kit so much that I could not. Yeah, I'm having a blast, to be honest. I'm hopefully going to be finishing the entire second row today. That's kind of like the way that I think today is gonna work out. And well, things have changed. I don't know if you remember that last week I discussed a little bit about whether or not I wanted to do a shift in my work, and that I was gonna try to wait for, to see if it's something that I wanted to do. Well, that was on Monday, and not even a week later, I decided to quit my job. It was a very tough choice because at the beginning, when I got that job, I was very happy with it. Very happy. And I had this little second job that was a second income. And for the first 2 months that I worked on that, it was kind of slow. It was a slow, it didn't move too quickly, really. But I was happy with it. I treated it as I said, a second income, a kind of like a side hustle, something to do whenever I had some free time and, all the stars aligned, because I provide medical appointments for foreigners that are traveling in the country, like in my country, which is Mexico. And as I said at the beginning, it was kind of a slow, but it was a great source of a second income. I was able to use that to pay really aggressively my medical debts and my credit card debt. And right now I am I'm only going to be making the minimum payments for March out of those debts, but that's only because that's all that I have left to do, really. I don't have to make any extra payments, and I'm gonna be free of that. And so that combined with the fact that job had my regular 9-to-5 job, even though it was not a 9-to-5, but you know what I mean, was becoming very stressful. And more than stressful, because I know that people might sometimes feel stressed with their job. It was frustrating. Those type of situations where no matter what you do, you cannot do anything in order to improve something. And that was eating me alive. That's one of the worst things, especially because I work in healthcare. If it was any other kind of industry where you dealt with, I don't know, anything else really, I don't know if I would be that stressed about it. But dealing with people's lives and their health, that's a whole another can of worms. So it was really making me stressed. So I was considering maybe, what options did I have? If it was a good idea to maybe go part-time instead of continuing full-time. But then I was like, but my income, blah, blah, blah. But then, actually, it was last Monday, coincidentally, where I kind of took a step back and thought, okay, right now these appointments online are going great. What if I dedicated myself to only doing these? Like, is it plausible? Is it possible? And I went and kind of made this sort of study of how things had worked on the past few months on that app. And I noticed that like I could have had potentially 3 to 4 to even 5 times more patients if I had the time to take their request, because these appointments are on request basis. If I've had the time to accept those requests. And the reason for me not being able to accept those requests was because I was doing my regular 9-to-5 job. And as I said, I studied the previous months, and I also kind of went a little bit into like the company. I spoke with some of the executives, with some of the support team, and I did a little kind of research into the whole company. And I saw that, they are only, as of right now, they have been growing and expanding for over the last, I would say, 8 years now. Oh, Kitty's talking. And it was, as I said, it was a very hard choice. But at the end of the day, I just made this. Mande. ¿Qué pasó? Kitty. I just gave her lunch. I just gave her lunch. ¿Qué pasó, mi vida? ¿Qué pasó? ¿Qué necesitas? ¿Qué necesitas? ¿Necesitas atención? I'll be right back and see what she needs from me. I'll be right back. What I was talking about. And I had like a very deep conversation with myself. After that, I had a deep conversation with my boyfriend, and I took the decision, I made the choice of quitting my full-time job, because if I had the time to accept those requests every day, I would not really need that many appointments a day in order to make the exact same amount of income and more, and just using a fraction of that time. On top of that, I am going to be able to do all of these things that I've been wanting to do in my apartment. I've been meaning to do deep cleanings on different areas of my apartment, like the kitchen, our closets, the bathroom, all of that. But I just finished every single day so tired and overwhelmed by everything that I had not, like, I just didn't even try. I was just so exhausted by the end of the day that I didn't even try. I just kind of, decluttered, like, superficially, and my boyfriend as well. Like, he right now, unfortunately, his job requires a very, very long commute. So even though he still does his things, he does them, again, very superficially, because I understand that he gets home being extremely tired. So we, over these past few months, have been, because we recently had started in our new jobs, we have recently been just pooped out. And yeah, so the first kind of like day where I tried to, do this full thing, it was during the weekend. I had asked for my Saturday off because I usually worked on Saturdays. And I said, okay, I'm going to treat this day as if it were like a regular day, or as if it was, a typical, or what would I like it to be a typical day for me from now on. And I started to feel really anxious because, there's like these kind of pattern to the requests. Usually I get them very early in the morning, and then in the middle of the day, in the afternoon, I don't get that many. And then at night, sometimes they kind of pop up again. Like there's this second flush of requests for appointments. And during the entire day, I didn't get a single one during the entire morning. And I was like, oh, shoot. And I just started to get really, really anxious. At 4 a.m., I had one appointment. And then at 7, I had another one. And I was like, okay, maybe today is just a slower day. It's typical. And, I just went into these overthinking madness of, what if just the day that I decided to take the leap in this, it's the day that everything changes, this company goes super bankrupt and goes bad, and like it's not something that I can do. All of these catastrophic thoughts entered my mind because, we know an anxious brain, catastrophic thoughts, yeah, they're there all the time. Every single situation can become a catastrophic thought at any point in time. And so it did. It did for me. And I was like, okay, I just messed up. I already handed my resignation letter, my notice. So yeah, I'm screwed. It's time for me to look for another job. And I went to have dinner with my boyfriend. And just as we were leaving to have dinner, I get, like, I kid you not, request after request after request. And I was like, oh, you have to be kidding me. But I said, okay, I need to trust this. I need to I don't want this to become like only being stuck into my phone, just hoping and waiting for an appointment. Like, yes, this is likely going to be my livelihood from now on, but I want to work around it. I want to really be the owner of my own time and not be the slave of my phone and this request that I get. And so I get this request. I kind of make a quick calculations of how we typically take to, when we go for dinner. And I send, for this request, the way that it works is that I get a request and I send kind of like my offer. My offer is for, the appointment will be X amount of money and it's going to be at this time or this time. And I typically send a few options. And so I did. And by the time that we got to the restaurant to have dinner, all of the requests that I had sent an offer to had accepted. And I was like, okay, I just needed to trust the process. And so I got home. I saw the patients like literally back to back to back to back. And just like that, I kind of confirmed, I don't know about you, but I am someone who goes with my own gut. If there's something that's telling me, like, go ahead and do it, I typically follow it, because even though if at the beginning, if I say this to somebody else or, I talk about it with someone, even if it might seem like it doesn't make that much sense, for some reason, everything just fits itself, like puts itself together and ends up working. And that has happened a few times over my lifetime where I decide to go with my gut. So now, and of course, it's not like, oh, I'm thinking about this and my gut says, let's go, let's take the plunge right now and there, like right there and then. Like, no, I actually, try to do an educated decision. I see the pros, I see the cons, I see why I'm thinking the way I'm thinking. I try to approach it in a different ways so that I'm sure that I'm not making something like impulsively or just because I decided in the moment that it was a good idea. I still try to be, mande, she wants to go out. Espérame, mi vida. I try to be very cautious about all of these. Like any decision that I take, even if it seems to be like a small decision, I still try to be very conscious. And so, yeah, I am excited. I'm also nervous and I'm also anxious. But I guess that every big decision requires kind of like a sacrifice in a way. So far, Friday went great. Saturday and Sunday went great, regarding these appointments. So I am feeling a little bit not confident or like safe. I'm feeling a little bit more at peace. And also knowing that I took this decision for me and knowing that my reasons for it were primarily because, I'm not kidding you, primarily I took this decision because I was finding myself not enjoying even diamond painting, not enjoying like these simple things that I've always enjoyed, and not having enough time for myself. Because as I said, every day I finished like pooped up, and I was so tired, and I sometimes did not even want to dedicate any time to my own hobbies, and that was really really sad. So I'm in this period of my life where I am prioritizing myself. But as I said, I always try to make the most educated guess, and well, not guess, but educated decision regarding the next step that I want to do with my life. And I think that something that happened thanks to that, or that at least I believe it to be, is that yesterday I started reading a book in physical form. It'd been a while since I sat down with a book to read. Like, it's been such a long time, and it's such a weird thing for me because I usually read exclusively physical books. Even if I had access to audiobooks, I was a very big physical reader. And over the last, I would say 2 years maybe, I went more into the audiobooks realm. I just didn't feel that I had the time, because reading is a very, very calm and very like time-consuming hobby. At least if you're a slow reader. I am a slow reader. So I think that's why I had not read as I usually did in the amount, at least physical books, because I had in mind that I had so many things that I had to be doing that I was like, I cannot sit down with a book. So I typically would consume books in audio form, and I would listen to them whenever I was doing chores, if I had anywhere to go, like during the commute, sometimes when I was doing diamond painting. And also, diamond painting took such a large part of my hobby life that diamond painting became pretty much exclusively the hobby that I did. So for me, for a very long time, diamond painting had priority. And when I didn't have enough time to diamond paint, I didn't have time for anything else, Diamond painting had, and still has, that first spot in my priority of hobbies list. And it feels weird because I've always been a reader. Ever since I learned how to read, I've always been a reader. And so it kind of felt odd how books did not call to me at all. And I started to feel that I was in a way losing a little bit of myself, because I have always been the reader. I have always been the one who always has a book under her arm. I've always been the one who, all that. And I was kind of struggling because that was a definition that was used to like express who I was. And I was a bit lost in that, feeling that I didn't have that as a part of me anymore. But yesterday at night, my boyfriend and I were just watching a video, I believe, in YouTube, and I suddenly had this feeling of, what if I read a book? I had only diamond painted for what I feel is a small amount of time for a Sunday, and I really just wanted to, I had this feeling of, I want to read. Like, that's what I want to do. I want to read. And so I grabbed a book, I laid in bed, and I think the reason why I did this is because even though I also wanted to do some diamond painting, I said, well, tomorrow I don't work, and tomorrow I could diamond paint some more. And, tomorrow is another day, and from now on, I don't have, to focus 9 hours of my day to a job that I don't like. Let's try to read something. And I was a little bit afraid because even if I had tried before to read something physically, my attention span was not there. The only way that I was able to actually read something physically was when I had the audiobook to go with it. That way, if I got like suddenly lost in my thoughts, I was still consuming the story. If I maybe got a message and I was answering to that message, or suddenly started to play with my phone, with one of my phone games, I was still immersed in the story while listening. But yesterday I said, okay, I'm gonna try to read from this time to this time and see if I can keep my attention on the book. And also, if I don't get, well, I kind of, it's the same realm, like if I don't get too distracted, and how I feel about it. And you guys, I don't know exactly for how long I read, and I did get a little bit distracted here and there, but I read about, I would say about 40% of that book. It's not a very big book. It is like a 240-ish pages or something. It's more on the like smaller side for me. But I was able to read about 40% of that book in that one sitting, and I just had I'm not gonna say I had fun, because it's a very heavy topic that book specifically talks about, but I just felt so happy. You have no idea. Oh, one little container of drills opened into the tray. Oh, I need to check that. But yeah, I just felt so, I don't know, so accomplished in a way for reading something that, like, a few years ago, it was a very nice experience to have that again after what I feel has been such a long time. And so with those updates for my life, I am expecting the month of March to be very different than how the first months of this year have been. I am hoping, to have so much more time for myself, for, the things that I love doing, my hobbies, and also to have more time to some like regular life things that I really, really want to do. I am going to be making a list of all of the household things that I need to do, like the chores, because as I said, I want to be doing some deep cleanings here and there. I don't know exactly when or how I'm gonna be doing them, but knowing that I have all this time in my hands, all this free time in my hands, and that I don't depend on a schedule, I don't depend on a on having to ask for permission to do one or the other thing. I really, really want to prioritize my personal life. I think I'm gonna start, as I said, with doing some of the chores and some of like the deep cleanings that I want. And it's weird to actually feel excited about that. I'm not typically someone who loves doing chores. I actually don't really like it. But now that I know that I can use the day as I wish to, and I can, use my time as I want to, it's just fantastic. It's such a different feeling. Sometimes, I don't know, I just wanted to have this period of my life, owning my own time, owning my own decisions, and as I said, not depend on anything and anything. I have made some, I already started to do kind of a little bit of planning for the month of March. More than planning, I would say like establishing some goals for that. And one of the goals that I wrote that I had not written in a while, or that had not been a priority for me because, I didn't have the time that I would like to have to dedicate to that, is, as I already told you about, to get back into reading physical books. Actually today, this morning, I woke up not really that early or anything, but I spent the first hour of my day reading. And that's something that I think I would be trying to do. I'm not sure if I'll be able to do it every single day, but I would like to start my day and finish my day with reading. Ideally, I would like it to be 1 hour in the morning and 1 hour at night, at least, of physical reading, that I mean. But, maybe even 30 minutes and 30 minutes. And who knows? Hopefully, my kind of ratio of physical books against my ratio of audiobooks is gonna change for March, or like starting in March. And that would be something that I would truly enjoy. And also because there are books that I have in my that I have physically, that even though I still like, I do have the audiobook, I don't want to read the audiobook because it's the type of books where I like to write in them. I love annotating, and so those are the type of books where I honestly would not like not to annotate them, because that's, for me, that brings them so much more to life, and that makes the books feel like my own. Whenever I have like a physical book that I'm reading with an audiobook accompanied by like both of those things, it immerses me so much more into the story. And if it's a book, because even the physical books, I don't annotate them all, but there are definitely some books that even though I have the option to have them as audiobooks, I have not read them, I have not listened to them, mainly because I really, that's a book that I want to annotate. And that's usually my fantasy books. And I am talking specifically and especially about Brandon Sanderson book. I think March might be the month where I am brave enough to read it. There's more reasons for why I have not read it. I know that the next one is coming in a very, very long time, since this is the last book of like the first part of a 10-book series. Is kind of like an interesting thing with Brandon Sanderson. But yes, I just feel excited. I really feel excited about what things might bring. And my thought process was, if this whole thing doesn't go as planned and I need at a specific point in time to, increase my income, if it's not being enough, I can just go back to a regular remote job, but maybe do it part-time. So I'm still able to have more free time and all that. But yeah, I am doing that. One last thing I wanted to touch on was that I don't know if you know, I think I have mentioned it here and there, but I am currently in a low buy. It's not necessarily a no buy, but more like a low buy. After last year, I had purchased a little bit more diamond paintings that I personally feel comfortable with. I decided that I was not going to buy anything until I got those numbers a little bit down. There was only one exception, and that was for DIY and Delights last month for their new releases and some of the restocks. I cannot find, oh, here it is, on some of the restocks. But then, why is this single color here? I don't know if I like it. It's weird. I don't care. I lost my train of thought. Again, can you believe it? No. That's always a thing. Oh yeah, I decided that instead of doing a low buy or a no buy, I would just try to be very, very mindful of what I get and try to avoid impulse purchases as much as possible. And for example, this past month and something more, like almost 2 months, there have been a few Diamond Art Club diamond paintings that have been coming out that I have really, really liked and enjoyed. But at the same time, I also want to try to balance a little more the amount of diamond paintings that I have from other companies and see very closely to why I want a specific piece. And, all of what I was talking about, me being very conscientious, very conscious, about consumerism. Is that the word? I don't know. But yeah, I have decided that I'm not going to be necessarily following that rule, but I still want to try to keep my stash in low numbers. So this weekend, I was very tempted by Diamond Art Club as well. But right now, I want to, as I said, I want to prioritize more like small shops. And I wanted to purchase something from a new to me shop. In my mind were specifically Oraloa and what was the other one? Oraloa and Munimade. But from Oraloa, I want a specific kit. There's a kit. Well, I have a couple of kits that I really, really specifically want, but those are currently out of stock. So I am kind of, yeah, I mixed two of my colors. Yes, I did. It's fine. It's going to work out, I swear. The good thing is that they're very distinct colors, so it's not going to be easy to mix them together. That's it. That's all I needed. And so I didn't even know what I was talking about. Oh yeah, I'm waiting for those to restock. And with Munimade, there are some that I want to, but the problem is that when they release something that I really, really want, I like for my first purchase of a place, I want to have at least 2 diamond paintings. So, you know, that it's, the shipping is cheaper. You know, I get to try more than one thing at once. And so the last few times where there have been releases from Munimade, the kits that I actually like absolutely want to have and would die for have not been in stock. So it's the same story. They have not been in stock like the ones that I am dying to get. And so I'm waiting. The only thing that I got so far, that I've gotten so far for the month of February was one from Bella Art Diamonds, and I got it just today. I purchased it just today. It came out on Saturday in the evening. But at the beginning, I was like, no, I don't want to get it. But again, it's something that I've been thinking about nonstop, and I decided to purchase it. And that's what has broken my low buy slash no buy. And yeah, I just got that. And I am also going to be purchasing something else this week. And that is from Jaded Gem Shop. In the Crafters Den, if you don't know what the Crafters Den is a Discord server where a lot of us from the diamond painting community are. We don't talk only about diamond painting. There's a lot of things there, all types of crafts and arts, and you know, we get to have a nice friendship over there with many people and many creators. Like everyone, well, not everyone, but many people are there. The point is, Jade from Jaded Gem Shop is there, and she does along with Sophie, which is the creator of the server, Sophie's help desk. I'm sorry, I'm really bad with names, but yes. And every season they come with a mystery diamond painting, which is, you know, like a diamond, a winter one for the winter, one for the whatever. And last year I joined. I think it was during the summer, or was a little bit before that. I don't even remember when I joined, but that's the first time where I heard of those mystery diamond paintings, but I had not been able to get any. And then by the time that I had already purchased, like from Black Friday and Cyber Monday and all of these new to me shops that I was able to get things from last year. And I had not been able to get anything from them, you know, for the mystery diamond painting, basically. And just yesterday, Jade was asking something about some symbols and stuff there. And I asked her, like, I just wrote a message and said, do you know when I forgot how to speak. What was I going to say? Oh, do you happen to know when the listing for, like, when the spring mystery is going to come out? And she said she's going to be listing them soon. So, and soon as in this week. And so I immediately went to Jaded Gem Shop's page and saw, like, I am yet to try one of her hybrid charted ones, but I am not one with confetti. Like, confetti and me, I am able to, like, these parts that are a bit confetti heavy, I'm able to go through them and not hate it because it's combined with the color blocking, and, you know, it's a combined, for me, this is like a balanced sort of canvas where we have the best of both worlds pretty much. But one diamond painting that is very, very heavy on confetti, I would just not be able to do it at all whatsoever. And so, oh wait, I just need to find the symbol that I'm looking for. It's like a line. It's just a line. Where is it? Oh, here it is. I always forget where this is. But she said that, and I'm like, oh gosh, Yes. And as I said, I went there and I went through the pixel charted ones, and I already knew that there were a few that I really, really love. Like the last time that she has been releasing a few here and there. I think she releases 1 or 2 every week that I know of, kind of. I'm not entirely sure, but I think that's been kind of like the pattern of releases from Jade. And so I went there and I put in my cart like 10 things, but I'm not gonna get 10 things. I just won't. So my thought process is, again, for me to feel it as if it's kind of more worth it, like the shipping expenses and all that, I'm thinking about purchasing maybe 3. I'm thinking about the mystery, one of the pixel charted ones that I've been wanting for such a long time, ever since not such a long time, but ever since it was released. No, yeah, it was not actually a very long time. It's just my brain saying whatever. But I'm choosing between a few of those, of the pixel charted ones, and a hybrid one, and I'm really, really scared about it. But it's an art piece. It's an illustration that I really, really, really would love to get. But I'm thinking. I'm still debating. I still have a few days to debate on whether or not I want to get those. But I think that at least I'm gonna get one of the pixel charted ones and the spring mystery. I think that's like a 90% decided. Like the mystery is 100% decided, but the other one is still TBD, to be discussed. But yeah, guys, that was me blabbering for I don't know, I think it's gonna be close to 40 minutes. Imagine me saying, oh yeah, close to 40 minutes, and then I spoke for like an hour and a half. I know that I didn't speak for 1.5 hours, but you know the drill. You know the drill. Okay, let's just shut up and diamond paint this little part, and yeah, I'll send my goodbyes in a few minutes when I'm done with this. Boop. Oh, here's a trash drill. That's it. Okay, now let's go with the one that looks like a turning signal or an arrow or whatever you want to call it. Yeah, so there's 2 here, 2 here, 1 here, 1, 3, 2, and 2. Now let's do these E. Is the E like a special one or is it not? I don't know. Let me see. Where is it? Oh no, it's not. I thought it was going to be maybe like a silvery one. That would have been nice, right? For the tip of the diamond painting. And you guys, can you see this is the exact same diamond painting pen? Yes, it is. I just love this one so much. And the last color, we only need a few drills. Oh, not that many. Ooh. And we're done with the section. Yay! So guys, thank you so much for watching. Please let me know down below what was the last purchase that you made, diamond painting related. As again, thank you so much for watching. I hope that you have a fantastic rest of your day, and as always, don't forget to keep on diamond painting. Bye bye.